Hi students, welcome to this section on basic geometrical ideas. In this section, what we are trying to achieve is by going through these 11 topics, we'll try to get a good understanding of some of the basic terms used in geometry, and we'll try to get ourselves familiar with some of the properties of those terms. Now, when we talk about geometry, we can see that this word has two parts in it. It has geo, which means earth. Say you also find this word in geography, and metry, which means measurement. Now, geometry developed over the centuries when people had various needs, like they had to build buildings, palaces, temples, and sometimes, say, for example, situations like where a king has to determine how much tax to charge from a person who has this much land, and say somebody has this much land. Now, how does he determine how much tax has to be charged from him and how much tax has to be charged from this guy who has much more land? So these type of various real life situations demanded the development of geometry, and we will be going deeper and deeper into this subject as we go on. Now in this section, let's try to analyze these 11 topics, and we'll get a good hang of some of the basic things that are involved in geometry. All right, now let's get started. We start with the first topic, which is points, and we will try to understand what points are, how points are named, and let's also see some of the applications of points. All right, now let's try to draw a few points. So when we draw them, we'll understand what points are. All right, so I draw a few points over here. Now you can see that they look just like dots, right? So points are just nothing but dots. And you can also see that I can say the white point is over here, the blue point is over here, the green point is over here. So points determine a location. They talk about a location. Say you have two people, okay, and one person has a plot of land that looks like this, and a person has a plot of land that looks like this. So you can say that this corner over here, right, that's a point, that corner is a point, and this point locates the corner of the rectangle. Or similarly, you can say this point over here is the center of this circle. So points determine a location. Or imagine you have a map, which somebody gave you, and there are like various hurdles mentioned in it. It's a treasure hunt map, and there is an X over it that says where the treasure is located. So this point over here, that is a point, right? It says that you are over here. It say the point where you are here, and it talks about various hurdles. You have to cross the seven seas to reach the treasure. And with an X, there is a point marked over here that says where the treasure is located. So points determine a location. All right, now suppose we have these points over here. How do we call them? We need to give them some name, right? So let's see. We can note that points are denoted or named by using the capital letters. So let's use that. So I can call this A, this is point B, this is point C, and this is point D. All right. Now, today night, I hope it's not a cloudy night over there. Look at the sky before you go to bed, and you can see stars, and they appear to you like points. Though we know they are very big bodies, but because they are very far away, they appear to us like points. All right, let's get back to our topic list. We have covered what points are in geometry. So they are like the very basic type of geometrical figure. This is an example of a point, and we have seen that we can use capital letters to name points. All right, now let's get to the next topic. Let's try to see what we get if we take two such points and join them together. All right, what is a line segment? Let's mark 2 points. Okay, so I have point A over here, and I have point B over here. Now let's try to go from point A to point B in all the different ways that we can imagine. So say I can go from A to B in this way, like moving this path, or I can go from A to B like this, or I can go like this from A to B, or I could even go like this, right? Now you will see that the shortest way between A, when you if you want to go from A to B, is this path, right? Is the shortest way in which you want to go from A to B, and this is what we call a line segment. That is, if I take any 2 points and I join them by a straight line, right? This is the shortest way in which I can go from this point. So this is point P and this is point Q. So I can say that this is the shortest way in going from point P to point Q, and this is what we call a line segment. All right. Now we have seen that I can name a point using the capital letters, right? Now how do you denote a line segment? To denote a line segment, we write either AB with a bar on top of it or BA. Both are the same, right? This line segment over here, the yellow one, I can denote it as AB with a bar on top of it or BA with a bar on top of it. It's this, it both of these denote the same line segment. All right. You can also note that points A and B are the end points of this line segment, right? So it has a definite starting point and it has a definite ending point. So these are the end points of this line segment. All right. Now that we know what line segments are, let's try to do a question. All right. So let's read the question. We need to identify the number of line segments in this figure that is given. So what are the points over here? We can see that the marked points are A, B, C, D and E. We could mark an infinite number of points in between them. All right. But the question asks us to identify the number of line segments in this figure, right? All right. Now let's try to do that. Starting at A, how many line segments can I draw? I could have AB, AC, AD or AE, right? AB is a line segment, right? Let me just quickly write it over here. So this would be AB, right? Line segment AB. Similarly, what is line segment AC? If I take only this much, this is line segment AC. Similarly, I have AD, which is also a line segment, and I have AE, which is also a line segment. All right. So I can see that I have 4 line segments over here, right? Now let me start from B and draw all the possible line segments. Starting at B, I have BC, BD and BE, and note that we are not including BA because we have already considered it over here, right? So we don't want to count the same line segment 2 times. So we don't include BA, which is the same as AB, except BA. What are the other line segments that we get starting from B? We have BC, that's this part over here, right? This is BC. We have BD, that's this line segment, and we have BE, right? So that is how many line segments? That's 3 line segments, right? All right. Now starting at point C, I could get how many line segments? I can get 2 line segments, and starting at point D, I can get 1 line segment, right? Starting at point C, I can get this one, that's CD or CE, and I am not counting CB because CB is already counted over here. I am not counting CA because CA is already counted over here. So I do not want to count the same line segment 2 times because then I would get the wrong answer. All right. So I can get 2 new line segments starting at C, and starting at D I get only D. All the other ones DC, DB and DA are already counted. Like DA is the same as AD, DB is the same as BD, and you have already counted CD, which is the same as DC. So we don't count them. So there's only one new line segment that we get. All right. Now the question asks us the total number of line segments that we can form out of this given figure. So that is equal to 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, 4, 3, 2 and 1. And if you add this, 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 plus 2 is 9, 9 plus 2, 1 is 10, and that is your answer. All right. Let's get back to our topic list. So we have covered these 2 topics. We know that points are geometrical figures that look like a dot, and we represent them using a capital letter, right? Now line segments are geometrical figures that look like this. It has a clear starting and ending point, and this, say we name this point as point A and this is as point B. This line segment is called AB with a bar on top of it, or it could also be called BA with a bar on top of it. All right. So we have covered these 2 topics. Let's get to the next topic and try to understand what is a line in geometry. All right. Now, say I have a figure like this. You can see that it's similar to a line segment, The only difference is that it does not end on both the sides. It keeps going forever on the left side and the right side. On both the sides, this straight line keeps going on and on forever. This type of a geometrical figure is what we call a line. All right. So you can see that a line extends indefinitely in both directions. Indefinitely in both directions. All right. And that is denoted by these two arrows which we have to draw on both the sides if we draw a line. Remember, if we did not draw it, if we only drew this much, this is not a line, this is a line segment. That's what we just now saw. If we want to make this thing into a line, we need to extend it a little bit further from B, draw an arrow over here indicating that it keeps going on towards the right, and extend this over here a little bit to the left and draw an arrow over here indicating it goes on towards the left. So this is an example of a line. All right. Now, what is this line? This is a line through 2 points A and B, right? And we denote this as AB with a bar, and you can note that on the bar there are arrows on both the sides. So we have seen that line segment AB is denoted like this. Now line AB is denoted like this, where you write AB, you have a bar and arrows on both the sides of the bar. All right. Now you can note that 2 points are enough to determine a line. What do I mean with that? Say let's draw 2 points. I have point P and point Q over here. Now try to draw as many lines through P and Q as you can. Just pause the video and try to draw as many lines that you can draw through P and Q. Alright. You can see that you can only draw one line through P and Q. Remember, we are talking about straight lines. If you draw something like this, that is not a line, right? It has to be straight. Alright. So you can see you can only draw one line through P and Q, and that is this line over here, right? So that's what we mean when we say that 2 points are enough to determine a line. And as we discussed, it keeps going on and on indefinitely on both the sides. It keeps going on over here like this, and it keeps going on over here like this indefinitely. All right. Now we have seen one way of representing lines. This line we have called it as AB with a bar on top of it and arrows on both the sides of the bar. There is one more way in which in geometry we can represent this line. We can use letters like L or M to represent a line. Okay. So say I want to represent this line over here in this method. So I call it line M, and I write a small letter M over here. You can note that these are small letters. All right. In capital letters we have seen are used for points. All right. Now let's try it. We know what a line is now. We know what a point is. We know what a line segment is, and we know what a line is. Now let's try to draw two lines that intersect each other. All right. This is my one line and this is another line. You can see that these two lines meet at this point over here, right? Now let me give names to these two lines. I call this one L1 and this one L2, and I can say that L1 and L2 intersect or meet at this point over here. Let me call that point P. Okay, so I have L1 and L2 intersect at P. Now if two lines have one common point, we call these two lines as intersecting lines. So we can say that L1 and L2 are intersecting lines because they have one common point, and that's the point over here, which is point P. And point P is called the point of intersection of line L1 and L2. All right. Now an interesting property that you can note over here is that you cannot have two lines intersect at 2 points exactly. You cannot do that, right? This line goes on indefinitely like this, and this one goes on indefinitely like this on both the sides. You can see that apart from this point over here, they'll never intersect again, right? So you cannot have two lines intersect at 2 points. Now say you have one line over here and you draw one more line exactly on top of it, then it's like they have the same points throughout. But we don't say that. We can see that in this case it's not two common points, it's an infinite number of common points. All right, let's summarize. Two lines can only meet at one point. They cannot meet at 2 points in case they are meeting. We can have lines which don't intersect at all also. We'll see that soon. Therefore, L1 and L2 in this case, because they have one common point, they are called intersecting lines, and point P is called the point of intersection of L1 and L2. Alright, let's go on. We have seen what intersecting lines are, like 2 points, they are meeting at one common point, we call them intersecting lines. Now, is it possible to draw two lines which will never intersect? Let's try to see that. So now you are at your table over here. Alright, now say you draw two lines like this. You have this line over here and this line over here. This is line AB and this is line CD, right? You can see that they are drawn in such a way that they never intersect, right? Do you think they'll ever intersect? No. AB will go on like this and CD will go on like this, right? However far you keep extending them on both the sides, you will see they will never intersect. So we say that these two lines are parallel lines. That's what we call with parallel lines, lines that will never intersect. And we write that AB parallel to line CD, line AB parallel to line CD. Now say if I call this L1 and if I call this line over here L2, I could have written L1 parallel to L2. Alright, now there is one more interesting thing that you need to note over here. You can see that the two lines were drawn on the same surface. What is the surface in this case? It's your table over here, right? Now a flat surface like your table is what we call a plane. Okay, this is a plane, it's a flat surface. Now the two lines were drawn on the same plane and they did not intersect. Only in that case we can call the two lines parallel lines. Is it possible to draw lines which will not intersect but which are on different planes? We can do that. Say you have this line over here and say you draw one line like this. Okay, if it is on the same plane, you know that they will intersect. But imagine this line is drawn on the floor. Okay, you draw this type of a line on the floor and you draw this line on your table. We'll see that they'll never meet, right? They'll never intersect because they are at different heights, but we cannot call them as parallel lines. So for two lines to be called as parallel lines in geometry, they should not intersect. We have seen what intersection means. That is, they should not have any common point and they should be on the same surface or the same plane. All right, and we have seen how do we denote such lines. We say line AB parallel to line CD using this symbol, or we can say L1 parallel to L2, like we call this one L1 and this one over here as L2. All right, let's do a few questions. These are two true and false questions. You need to identify whether the given statement is true or false. Okay, let's read the statement. Only one line can pass through a given point. Say you're given one point over here. Do you think this statement is true or false? Pause this video and try to answer it on your own. Alright, now the question says that only one line can be drawn through this point. Is that true? That's not true. Why? Because I can draw this line over here or this line over here or this line over here and all pass through this point, right? Say this is line AB. If I mark 2 points, this is line AB. If I mark 2 points over here, I can call this line as line CD, right? You can see that it's not only one line that's passing through this point O, AB also passes through O, CD also passes through O. Therefore, this given statement is false. Alright, now let's try to do the next question. Many lines can pass through two given points. Let's try to do that. Pause the video and try to do it on your own. Alright, now say I have this line over here and it's passing through 2 points A and B. Now the question says many lines can pass through two given points. Imagine the two given points are A and B. Okay, you have these 2 points, you have one line. Now for many lines you need to be able to draw one more line which is not line AB and which passes through these 2 points, right? Which is not possible, right? You can see that there is only one way in which you can draw a line through A and B, and that is this way, and hence this statement over here is false. And remember, we had seen that 2 points are enough to determine a line. That's because the line through 2 given points is unique. So the line through 2 points is unique. So this is false and you cannot draw many lines through A and B. Let's get back to our topic list. Alright, so we have covered these 4 topics. We have seen points or figures like this. We have seen line segments have a starting and ending point. They are denoted as AB with a bar on top of it. Line A is a figure like this. It keeps going on indefinitely on both the sides and it is indicated with AB with a bar on top of it. Now these are the 3 topics that we have covered. We have hinted at what a plane is. It's a flat surface, and that's the next topic which we will dive into.